Welcome to the Infinite Voyager program tutorial, brought to you by the Eternus Corporation. This tutorial will cover the basics of Starship combat. Starship combat can happen if a hostile ship attacks you, or you attack another ship. To attack a ship, move towards it and press spacebar to open the Starship menu. Click the starship you want to attack, or press back to cancel your attack. Now that we are in combat, let's move the ship around. Like in the Galaxy, you can use the W, A, S, and D keys to move around. You can press Shift to boost your starship for extra speed. However, you can only boost your starship if you have the charge for it. Now that we know the controls, let's take a look at your starship. Like all Eternus manufactured starships, it comes with three main stats: shield, engine, and health. Shields provides a rechargeable barrier against projectiles. Engine is how quickly your starship can move, and health is the amount of damage your starship can take. You can see how much of all three stats you have remaining right below your starship. The blue bar is the shield, the gray bar is the engine, and the red bar is the health. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the enemy starship's shield, engine, and health. Remember that each part has its own role. Lose your shields, and you start taking damage if you get hit. Lose your engine, and you'll move slower. Lose your health, and you'll lose your starship to an explosion. Next, let's take a look at a targeting cursor. The targeting cursor can be used to aim any projectiles fired from your ship and lock on to the enemy starship. To lock on to the enemy starship, keep the cursor over the enemy starship until the cursor turns red. When the cursor is red, you are locked on, and any missile you fire will home in on the enemy starship. If the cursor is blue, then you are not locked on, and your missiles will not track the enemy starship. To fire a weapon, use the mouse buttons. The left mouse button fires the starship's primary weapon, the right mouse button fires the starship's missiles, and the center mouse button fires the starship's countermeasures. Your primary weapon is your main means of damaging the enemy starship. Your missiles are used to lock on from a distance. Finally, your countermeasures are used to defend against enemy missiles and other projectiles. You can see the ammunition and your remaining boost next to your starship. Now that we have the basics down, let's get to combat. As you can see, the camera will zoom in and out to make sure you can see both starships. Use your mouse to aim and fire your weapons. As you hit the enemy starship, you'll notice its shield, health, and engine going down. We'll want to get the starship shields down to 0 and its health or engine down to around half so we can board it. Once either of these values is low enough and the starship shields are down, we can begin the boarding process by getting in close enough for a long enough time to complete the boarding protocol. You can see the progress as the bar is filled on the screen. This concludes the combat section of the Infinite Voyager combat tutorial.